Late
No
time
issues.
there.
No issues. So let's start again. So the second session of today is a continuation of where we left.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what are the barriers to inclusion? Because it looks very evident and obvious that inclusion should be part of everyday scenarios, but why it still is something very difficult to opt. So the challenges the inclusion face are biasness, stereotype, discrimination, prejudice, and lack of representation. So these are the five factors which are playing as a major portion of barriers to inclusion. That we are biased from the start. We are biased that this nationality is is bad, or they are thieves. They are not good at work. Females cannot do this work. So it's like we have biased opinion for people. We are stereotypes. So that is something another issue that we have, that is called premature or preset stereotype we have. Then comes more discrimination. We start to discriminate people based on the ethnicity, age, geographics, um, uh, sexual representation, and all. And then lack of representation. That means, for suppose I give example before that. For suppose if you are working in a company where all the others are males, so definitely there's a lack of female representation. So definitely that's all also be a initial barrier for inclusion. Despite the clear benefit of diversity, numerous barriers persist that hinder inclusion. These include unconscious bias, which can influence decision making that you don't even know because of the cultural upbringing. You don't even know that you are being biased to someone, but you already have a preset representation about a specific nationality or a group of people. Um, then you also have a discrimination and stereotypes against a group, and definitely you, because of lack of representation, you also have to face different challenges because you don't have the same people before to represent you. So being an initiator or a minority will also hinder the concept to challenge or to change the mindset of the majority. So, though this concept is very good, very much to be accepted, and it's very common sense to be understood, and by book concept, it's very easy to understand and grab. But when you apply this, these are the important challenges that, or the barriers that, because of those, inclusion is not easily implemented. Clear?
Huh.
Okay. So, based on this, again, a brainstorming activity, understanding DEI. So, just I don't want you to think more because I just wanted to now take out from you that what you have understood so far. So you can take 2 minutes to just merge the words to speak. So, what do diversity, equity, and inclusion means to you personally? And you can give an example, because now if you have understood these three words, so at least I can say कि पैसा वसूल हो गया. So I achieved what I wanted to. So just wanted to know that, from your perspective, just define diversity, equity, and inclusion, and if you can give an example of it, it'd be great.
So basically, diversity focuses on um it's regarding the age, uh, the gender, the nationality, all of these
Or
things.
so just to combine, it's like understanding the different groups of people with different
Hmm.
type of
Yeah.
traits, which falls under the,
Demographics.
yes, demographics, covers everything what you have said. So this is the basic concept of diversity. Now, please give an example that where you have seen diversity, maybe at your workplace, at your home, neighborhood, school.
स्कूल में yes.
Okay.
uh, as I told you before also, it was regarding the nationalities.
Yes. So that one of the factor you have faced. So
Yes.
at workforce, you might have faced the issue of diversity in for term of gender equality, maybe, or maybe diversity in term of nationality, languages, so mindset,
काफी
experiences.
लोग. हाँ.
Yes, good. So now please explain equity.
Equity, it is really needed in most of the organization. uh, I would say through the personal experience
Good.
which is
So
known to me, there was no equity.
great.
So
So equity and equality are same.
no.
Good. Very good. So you mean that when you talk about your personal equity challenges, so you are talking about fair chances or fair treatment. It's not about equal treatment, right?
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good. That means that if he is giving 30 minutes to all three of you, does not mean that he is fair. Maybe someone needs 45 minutes to get explained, or someone needs 2 more days to get explained. So
Yeah.
that is what the concept of equity means. So right now these days we just, because we have heard so much of equality, 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 equality. So even in male and female, there should be not concept of equality. It should be a concept of equity, that maybe females needs more or sometimes male needs more. So it does not need necessary that you divide by two will solve the problem. That is the major issue of the society also, that we are talking about only equality. So it's not about equality, it's equality and equity both.
What I understood from your explanation, it's like, you should not have multivitamins. You should check where's the deficiency. So you should take only that vitamin.
bingo,
So
bingo,
this is actually
bingo,
matching the right
bingo. So
example.
it's not like that I gave a multivitamin to all of the students without knowing who needs what. Okay. So maybe you already have vitamin A more and you don't have vitamin D. So it's very good example. I will note it down. I will use it in my lectures. so
Thank
so
you.
for sure it's a very good precise example. Yes, we need to identify exactly what is required and just give it that to that person. It can be more, it can be equal or less, but yes, you hit the right area. Okay, inclusion.
Inclusion is being fair. It's all about the fairness. That's what
No,
I am.
that is equity.
Oh, sorry. Making the people comfortable, feel like
Exactly,
home. Sorry,
exactly,
sorry.
exactly. So equity is fairness, diversity is understanding the people based on demographics, equity is fairness, and inclusion means giving them a comfort zone, making them feel home,
Hmm.
or maybe open to listen to them. Like you are, if you are listening to your team, if I am listening, see why you are comfortable with me. Just if I change little bit and I stop allowing you to speak, and I only speak regardless how good am I, you will not feel inclusive. Because I let you speak, I let you speak and share your opinion. So you, when down the lane, you do have a sense of acceptance and self-esteem that no, this sir is actually what I'm saying. I'm good. So because I am making you feel good, that is the differential I am having compared to others. Because I am feeling you inclusive.
Acha. Hmm.
ठीक है. मैं
Hmm.
जितना भी अच्छा पढ़ाता हूँ, लेकिन अगर मैं सिर्फ मैं ही बोलता रहूँ और जब आप बोलना चाहें और मैं आपको बोल, नहीं नहीं आप गलत बोल रही हैं, नहीं नहीं आप गलत बोल
Hmm.
रही हैं, नहीं नहीं आप गलत बोल रही हैं, तो रिगार्डलेस मैं कितना अच्छा पढ़ाऊंगा, कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगेगा नहीं यार ये तो बात समझते ही नहीं है. So
It shouldn't be a monologue. It should
exactly,
be
exactly, exactly.
both from both the
It's not
sides.
about being a monologue. It's like when you say good things, I appreciate. I said yes, yes, you are right. Just now I said no, no. I will use this example. So this is something which makes you feel नहीं यार मैं तो अच्छी खासी हूँ मैं तो अच्छा खासा बोलती हूँ दुनिया मुझे पता नहीं
Mm.
क्या समझती थी या मैं अपने आप को क्या समझती थी. So that also makes you give a sense of existence.
This is very important to
Exactly,
motivate.
exactly. And it does not mean that I'm doing something buttering or something. No, it's like when you are a good listener, you always your expression represents that no, no, you are not faking it, you actually giving a right compliment. So that is only
Hmm.
happen when you are a good listener. When you are just a person who live in a contemporary society as a fake person, so you do act like those. But in my view, if you are honestly good listener, you will always give respect to the no, no, you are right.
True.
So as I said, we have discussed too much on diversity and equity. So why I am focusing emphasizing more on inclusion, because uh, this has lot more um, barriers. Because just understand, you cannot stop diversity. Okay, you cannot stop diversity. You can stop understanding them, or you can have your own judgment, but diversity is there. When you will join a company, you will find diversity. Okay, so it's something which is there. Equity is a concept of fairness which you need to incorporate if you want to have be a good manager, or if you want to have a good learning culture. Okay, so then you go to that level to make them feel fair. Inclusion is beyond equity and diversity, because that is the comfort zone. So if I am not being given a comfort zone, regardless I am being treated fair, but I have not been considered part of it, so it's like just formalities going on. So inclusion is something which is helping you to understand equity, helping you to understand diversity, and making strategies. So that is the part. It goes the reverse way around. Inclusion, if you are not biased, if you are open to opinion, if you are giving representation to all criteria, and you're giving respect, so that means that eventually you are respecting diversity, and definitely you are promoting uh, equity. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the strategies? Number one, education and awareness program. So in an organization, human resource department should run orientations and inclusive training programs, which includes specifically DEI programs that actually raising awareness, uh, telling them that these are the potential stereotypes which you should avoid. Then there are certain examples you should give to tell them that these are the unconscious biases. See, sometimes when you tell someone something, then only he realizes that he is doing something wrong. Otherwise, they will never going to realize that these are the things they are doing wrong. Okay, so like suppose there are a lot of pre-set bias for South Asians, certain specific country, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and all that. So when you meet people, you need to understand, no, there might be some wrong people, but it is not right to make a judgment just because of some cases that you have only listened, not even practically experienced. And foremost, it's like fostering a culture. So you are fostering, you are digging the seeds of inclusion in your organization, and then you give water on it. So definitely you are actually fostering the culture. So these programs can be a workshop, seminar, training programs, discussion, open house sessions, um, one-on-one trainings, one-on-one skill development sessions. So this is one of the point when you will be in organization and you want to be making it. So you can have sessions on self-awareness, or DEI awareness, inclusion awareness. So you have a content to focus on. Okay, you can be developing your own content of how to um, help organization or people to get out of the preset stereotypes and the unconscious biasness. This is one of the important factors, barriers which we need to remove if we want to promote inclusion. Secondly, whenever you are hiring, try to hire people having diversified backgrounds. Okay, different country, different culture, different industry and nationality, genders, age brackets. You need to maintain a balance, because all good organizations do always keep the ratio of how many specific set of nationality they have hired in a department. Because you want it, you like it, you don't like it. If you hire maximum number of people from one nationality, any of them, you will feel a dominancy, and definitely inclusion is going to be affected. Last and not the least for this page is creating inclusive policies. You need to make policies, and you need to make familiar of the policy that you are bound to eliminate the barriers. Okay, you need to make policies that open to diversity, open to listening, open to ensure that there is no premature or unconscious biasness. And there should be a pre-established policy that there should be zero tolerance policy for discrimination, uh, providing harassment to any of the individuals, and all the people who are having a toxic uh, influence on the work environment should be not tolerated at all. Any questions?
No, it's clear.
Okay. The second is the role of leadership. So how leadership influence the concept of diversity and inclusion, because it comes from the top. So if you are like, for suppose your organization where you said there's a Japanese people, so they, if they are open to diversity, if they are open to inclusion, and they are not focusing, no no no, just focus and make this a Japanese culture, Japanese workplace. So if they are bound to make that in that place a Japanese environment and having a diversified workforce, they will fail. They can enforce or align the best Japanese practice and make the diversified workforce understand how good to adopt those. Then only it will be doing wonders for them. But if they want to apply their Japanese mindset or mind frame to just the people without understanding the requirement and diversified mindset thinking, this concept will fail. So, example, leaders must lead by example by actively championing and diversity and inclusion. For suppose, one example, if you want people to come on time, so you should be the first one to be on time. If you want your workplace to be clean and good culture, you need to be the one to talk to people nicely. You need to make example that how, just see how CEO is talking. Yes, how are you? Yes, sir. So when he talks to people nicely, then you are leading by example. Okay, when you are hiring different people, you are leading by example that see CEOs is hiring all type of people. So it's all comes from top. The third point is holding others accountable. So if you want to be diversified and inclusive, you need to see that whoever is not helping you to achieve that, they should be accountable. There should be set expectations and matrices to ensure that people are satisfied, just like we have happiness surveys. Happiness surveys is one of the factors these days companies are using to know how DEI is helping them. Because if you just focus on financials, I've seen so many companies paying good, paying too good, but still the turnover of this company is way more than you can ever imagine. So then the studies prove that financials are not always the only factor to be considered. Just example, because I have a team, there are people who still call me mentor. So they, whenever they want to switch, they always give me message. So yesterday I was talking to one of my team members. He refused an offer. Okay, just because he was not feeling comfortable to move, or he is very comfortable in the current role, He said, "Sir, yes, I am getting more money there, but the environment which I am having here, I'm sure it's giving me a very good work-life balance. So if I go there and the things which I've heard about that company, I know that they are paying more, but the environment is not that acceptable. So maybe I might be wrong, but as of now, my heart is not allowing me to move." I said, "Okay, go do what you're doing." So this is what happens when you have a good DEI culture or a good culture. So you actually stop people to move. So it's not about a financial jump. It's about the comfort, or how much you good you are treating them. So that is also a very important factor. Any questions before we move to this slide?
No, it's clear.
Now we know the challenges. Now, how to overcome those? So we need to address the resistance and the pushback. So people resist to diversity and inclusion and equity. For suppose they said, no, no, why you giving him more? Why you give it less? So they don't understand that this is called the difference, that you need to understand that we are treating people fairly. Someone came from a bank, now he is in a retail. So a bank understanding of the same department and retail understanding of the same department is different. So someone needs to sit with the person and make him realize and understand. So he might take more time, but you are doing good, so he will be a competent resource, but not used to the same cultural, or the workplace or the people. If you will not make him feel comfortable, and you will not make him give him equity or equal chances, you will be doing wrong.
Sir,
Yes,
can I say one thing?
please.
Are you saying it from the slides? Because presentation is not shared yet.
Okay, so that means whatever I have just said so far is all um, just words. No,
Yeah,
you should have said that. You said so many things.
I thought that later on
Yeah,
you'll
I've
share
not
the
shared.
slides. Sorry, I realized it late.
No issues. Okay, just the recap. We just started with the barriers. Okay, so what are the barriers which actually hinders the factors of accepting inclusion? Then we did an activity where you explained what is diversity, inclusion, and equity in your words with examples. Then we have discussed the strategies, starting from education program, diversified hiring, and for sure creating inclusive policies. You can see the screen now.
हाँ बिल्कुल उस टाइम ही आ गया था.
ठीक है. So then we have discussed the role of leadership, and right now we are discussing challenges. So as I said that if you understand the concepts well, then only you can overcome the challenges. If you have a preset biasness, preset things, or you said he's experienced person and you are not giving him a breathing space. So you see, industries are also diversified. Like if I had been working in a bank and now I got a chance in retail, so I feel that the work is same, but that is why industries matters. Because when you now come in retail, the same department activities are different. Banks operate time to time, retail operates 24 hours. Bank does not have blue collar people. They have, but not that much. Retail have 85% of people blue collar. and a Gulf retail have a diversified workforce of almost all countries or majority of the countries. Multi-language. Bank does not have this much of diversity, particularly talk about the blue collar. So you need to give him a fair chance to understand. You cannot say I give an equal chance to him to understand. No, at this time he might need more time to understand. So if a person, an experienced person who understands diversity very well, knows that how what are the challenges, so he might need to do more things from his end to understand. He needs to travel an extra mile to understand. So it's not only organization, it's an individual also who it needs to be understood in both parties, that if you join a place, for suppose you're working in your own country and now you have first time moved to a Gulf country or any other country, so you need to understand that things might will be different. So you need to put an extra effort, and you have to go to extra mile to understand that what are the challenges you need to overcome. But you if you just stop and let the other party work on you, it will never work, to be honest. Then handling conflicts and misunderstanding. I will again repeat the same example I am doing again and again, that knowing a language, knowing English language does not mean that what you are saying, the second party will understand it the same way. So that is the problem. When you don't understand this point, it creates misunderstanding. Maybe you are talking to him very nicely and you're using very simple vocabulary, but because he is already have a mindset in his mind that oh no, you're scolding him, you're not understanding him, you're a bad person. So regardless how good you say to him, he will always feel no, 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 he is not the right person. So you're always it's always arise in diversified environment due to difference in communication style. That's what I'm saying again and again. Cultural norm, values. Like in our culture, we are very much used to use the hand gestures. But when you talk to someone and you show this type of thing, so the European people will say you are aggressive. Like the Arab people loves to talk in loud voices. But when we heard them talking in loud voices, we feel that they are fighting. They're not fighting. They talk this way. See, we when we talk, we use quite a lot of hand gestures. So if I will do like this and someone sees like I am being a bossy, but it's not like I'm not being bossy. It's just the way I talk. So so this is this type of things which create miscommunication and misunderstanding. So you need to understand and give everyone a fair amount of chance to understand the other diversified community. Then only we can understand people better. Got it?
Yes, बिल्कुल.
Okay. In last class, we have already understand the concept of key performance indicators. So now in this class, I will be asking you that if we want to measure diversity and inclusion um, parameters, so how can KPIs help me or help the company? What are the KPIs can I set to measure diversity? Please. इसमें लिखा हुआ भी है, बट अच्छा है आप इसको पढ़ के मुझे बताएं ताकि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर हो कि मैं कौन से क्वांटिटेटिव फैक्टर्स बता सकता हूँ जिससे मैं गेज कर सकता हूँ कि मेरी कंपनी में डाइवर्सिटी है, मेरी कंपनी में इंक्लूजन है या नहीं है. बहुत सिंपल है. ट्राई करें, ट्राई करें.
Basically, by tracking the demographic representation,
नहीं,
employee
यहीं रुक जाए,
engagement
यहीं
कैसे
रुक जाए,
है.
यहीं रुक जाए, यहीं रुक जाए. बाय ट्रैकिंग द डेमोग्राफिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन का मतलब ये है कि अगर आपके पास एक चार्ट है कि आपके पास कितने नेशनैलिटी के लोग हैं, कितनी एज
Hmm.
के लोग हैं, कितने मेल्स हैं, कितने फीमेल्स हैं, अगर आप इसका ट्रैक रखते हैं और आप इसको बढ़ता हुआ देख रहे हैं या बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली ये वाला जो की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर है, अगर ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है कि जी हमारे पास डिफरेंट डाइवर्सिफाइड नेशनैलिटी है, हमारे पास 7 नेशनैलिटी हैं, हमारे पास मेल फीमेल्स हैं, हमारा एज ब्रैकेट ही है, तो ऑब्वियसली जब जैसे ही ये चार्ट आएगा तो ये क्वांटिटेटिवली प्रूव हो जाएगा कि हम डाइवर्सिफाइड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है।
हाँ,
राइट, ठीक है। तो ये वो की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर की मदद से आप क्वांटिटेटिवली प्रूव कर सकते हैं कि जी यस वी आर अ डाइवर्सिफाइड कंपनी। एग्रीड।
एब्सोल्युटली।
ठीक है। अब आते हैं इंक्लूजन पे। तो इंक्लूजन जो है वो और आपका इक्विटी जो है वो दोनों के दोनों जो है वो एम्प्लॉय इंगेजमेंट और सेटिस्फेक्शन से सामने आ जाएगा कि एम्प्लॉयज क्या सोचते हैं कंपनी के बारे में। और जो रिटेंशन रेट है कि फॉर सपोज कि एक एम्प्लॉय कितने अरसे तक कंपनी में रहता है, वो भी ये बात बोल रहा होगा एम्प्लॉय इज हैप्पी, क्योंकि कोई भी
यस।
नाखुश आदमी तो नहीं रहेगा कंपनी में।
तो employee engagement and satisfaction can be done through the survey?
यस,
Yes.
एम्प्लॉय इंगेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज होती हैं
हाँ।
और सेटिस्फेक्शन सर्वेज होते हैं। एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट में जैसे कि लोगों की बर्थडे आती है, एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द मंथ होता है, एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द ईयर होता है, आप कोई एक्टिविटीज करवाते हैं, कंपटीशन करते हैं, पिकनिक पार्टीज करते हैं, टीम वर्क एक्टिविटीज करते हैं, ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, ये सारी की सारी चीजें जो हैं वो एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट में आती हैं।
Hmm.
और उसमें उसके बाद फिर आप इसके लिए सर्वे कर सकते हैं कि एम्प्लॉय कैसा फील करते
Which is the employee
हैं। एग्जैक्टली,
satisfaction.
एग्जैक्टली, ठीक है। तो ये
Yes.
चीजें जो हैं ये आपकी डीईआई को मेजर करने के लिए भी क्वांटिटेटिवली और क्वालिटेटिवली केपीआईज, मेनली क्वांटिटेटिवली आप बना सकते हैं कि जी यस हम डीईआई को हमने जो अप्लाई किया है वो काम कर रही है या नहीं कर रही है। और अगर कहीं पे डीईआई नहीं है तो भी ये फैक्टर बता सकते हैं कि अगर डाइवर्सिटी का आप चार्ट बनाएंगे जो उसमें एक नेशनैलिटी, एक लैंग्वेज, एक जेंडर, एज, एक ब्रैकेट नजर आएगा, तो ये एक की इंडिकेटर है कि आपकी कंपनी डाइवर्सिफाइड नहीं है। सही है।
Yes.
तो ये की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स हैं कि जी आप किस तरीके से, आप ये सवाल कर सकती थी कि सर डीईआई तो अच्छा तो कॉन्सेप्ट है लेकिन हम कंपनी में अप्लाई कैसे करें। तो ये स्लाइड और ये जो मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ ये आप कहीं पे भी जाएंगी, इस मेथड के थ्रू आप फौरन से पता कर सकती हैं कि डीईआई कहाँ पे खड़ी हुई है। और जो भी आप उसके बाद उस पे एक्टिविटीज करेंगी, जो स्ट्रेटजीज बनाएंगी, जो चीजें आप करेंगी, उसके बाद जब ये चार्ट डाइवर्सिफाइड होना शुरू हो जाएगा, डिवाइड होना शुरू हो जाएगा चीजें, और डिफरेंट नंबर देना शुरू कर देंगी, तो डेफिनेटली डीएआई इम्प्लीमेंट होता हुआ नजर आएगा। अंडरस्टूड।
बिल्कुल।
गुड। अच्छा देखिए, मैं अगर सेम स्लाइड भी पढ़ा हूँ ना, तो मैंने ये लेक्चर्स पहले भी बहुत दफा दिए हैं, लेकिन जब मैं जिस जिस ऑडियंस से बात कर रहा होता हूँ तो भले वो स्लाइड्स ऑलमोस्ट सेम हो, लेकिन दो जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो आई एम 100% श्योर ये आज के हिसाब से है। तो अगर मैं ये रोज ये लेक्चर दूं तो ये रोज ये बातें अलग होंगी, क्योंकि वो एग्जाम्पल्स वो एनवायरनमेंट के हिसाब से चेंज होती रहती है। तो डेफिनेटली ये पूरा लेक्चर जो टेलर मेड जो है वो करंट ऑडियंस के लिए है। सही है। जो आपके हिसाब से, ताकि वो चीज़ आपको समझ में आए। तो ये बिल्कुल जो कोर्स है और जो चीज़ें हैं वो स्पेसिफाई मेरे अपने स्टूडेंट्स, इस बैच के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, ताकि वो इसको समझ सके, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि जो मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो कौन है, वो कहाँ काम करते हैं, उनकी क्या डाइवर्सिटी है, उनकी क्या इन्फोग्राफिक्स हैं, डेमोग्राफिक्स हैं। तो डेफिनेटली इसी वजह से आप यू आर फीलिंग इंक्लूसिव। अगर मैं आपको नहीं रख के मैं बिल्कुल सीईओ वाइज टर्म यूज करना शुरू कर दूं और मैं बिल्कुल हाई लेवल की बातें शुरू कर दूं, तो रिगार्डलेस आप मेरी बात सुन तो रहे होंगे, तो वो बिल्कुल वही बात होगी कि आप किसी की नॉर्मल एक यूट्यूब वीडियो देख रहे हैं या एक लेक्चर सुन रहे हैं किसी इंटेलेक्चुअल का, जो जिसके लेवल पे आप नहीं पहुंच पा रहे और वो आपके लेवल पे नहीं पहुंच पा रहे। तो दिस इज हाउ आई एम अप्लाइंग द DEI concept in my teaching also।
Thank you. Thank you so much.
ठीक है। इसके बाद आप जो असेसमेंट्स प्लान करते हैं, फीडबैक प्रेजेंट करते हैं, ये भी आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने में हेल्प करता है कि अभी भी कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स हैं जो इंक्लूजन में मुझे एज अ सेटबैक दे रहे हैं। एम्प्लॉय का जो इनपुट आता है वो देख सकते हैं। देखिए एम्प्लॉय हमेशा सच नहीं बोलता, बहुत सारे लोग एम्प्लॉय भी बाइस्ड होते हैं। एम्प्लॉय भी अपने एंड से सोचते हैं, तो खाली हम एम्प्लॉय की बात पे रिलाई नहीं कर सकते। ये भी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, क्योंकि एक एम्प्लॉय के लिए आप कुछ भी कर लो, वो इंसान जिंदगी में ही नेगेटिव है, तो उसको कोई चीज अच्छी लगती ही नहीं है, तो क्या आप उसकी बात पे करोगे, खुश रहोगे? नहीं कर सकते। तो सिर्फ ये नहीं है कि एम्प्लॉय क्या बोल रहा है, आपको ये भी देखना है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या एफर्ट्स कर रही है। अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रॉपर एफर्ट्स कर रही है, सो आई थिंक इट्स मोर देन इनफ, क्योंकि यू कैन नॉट कीप एवरीवन हैप्पी। ओके, एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक कि जी हर इंसान के, एचआर की अगर मैं बात करूं, तो हर इंसान ह्यूमन रिसोर्स को अपने हिसाब से चाहता है, हम उसके हिसाब से काम नहीं कर सकते। हम उस हिसाब से काम कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे हम इक्वेलिटी, जहाँ जरूरत हो वहाँ इक्वेलिटी लेके जाएं, जहाँ इक्विटी की जरूरत हो वहाँ इक्विटी हम करें, जहाँ लोगों को हमने फील करवाना है कि जी यहाँ पे हम इंक्लूसिव करें, वो हम करें। फॉर सपोज अगर हम जेंडर इक्वेलिटी की बात करते हैं, तो अगर हम सब कुछ फीमेल्स को दे रहे हैं और फिर समटाइम्स फीमेल्स को लेट बैठना पड़ जाता है और उनको लेट बैठने में एतराज होता है, तो फिर ये प्रॉब्लम है। क्योंकि जब आप एक लीडरशिप रोल में हैं और आप फॉर सपोज किसी मीटिंग में फंसी हुई है, किसी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम में फंसे हुए हैं, तो उस वक्त टाइम नहीं देखा जाएगा, उस वक्त ये फोकस होना चाहिए कि हम वो काम कैसे मुकम्मल हो। लेकिन अगर आप उस वक्त ये बात करेंगे नहीं जी मैं तो नहीं रुकूंगी या मैं नहीं रुकूंगी, दैट इज रॉन्ग। क्योंकि जब लीडरशिप की बात आती है, तो लीडरशिप फिर इक्वाइट करता है कि खाली अगर हम मैनेजमेंट हर जेंडर को इक्वल ट्रीट कर रही है, तो फिर उस जेंडर को भी चाहिए कि फिर वो भी लीडरशिप को समझे और लीडरशिप को वो चीज डिलीवर करके दे, ताकि लीडरशिप को फील ही ना हो कि यार मेल और फीमेल में कोई फर्क होता है। और जिन खातन ने या जिस जेंडर ने या जिस कम्युनिटी ने ये काम कर दिया, वो बहुत कामयाब है। That's why in many companies कहते हैं age is just a number, because I have seen so many 40, 55, 50 people who are so fit, so energetic, so enthusiastic कि आजकल की जनरेशन के 20-22 साल के लोग भी ऐसे नहीं होंगे। तो उनके लिए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि he is 45 if he is fully fit. I know so many people who are 45 but they come on time, they never do a leave, they do their work. So why do I consider their age then? Understood?
बिल्कुल।
Okay. Based on what you have understand from the concepts and challenges and barriers, so what are some challenges you have faced or observed related to DEI in your environment, and how were they addressed, or how do you think they should be addressed? So it's time for you to take it out.
It was not addressed, but it must have addressed.
So
Must
what was
have
the
been
challenge?
addressed, I mean.
What was the challenge to start with?
Uh, to basically to put these things in mind and uh, run the organization from the management, as there was no particular HR where I was sitting. The HR was in the headquarter.
Hmm.
So these things should have been addressed properly.
Okay. So how do you think that should be addressed? Example wise, for suppose what was you think that that is an issue which you are thinking saying that it has not been addressed. So to start with, just take a name that what was the issue that was there, and then how should it be addressed.
फॉर एग्जाम्पल HR के साथ मैनेजमेंट का एक कन्वर्सेशन होना चाहिए था
Mhm,
that you should not focus only on the South Indian people.
mhm.
You should focus on other nationalities as well.
Stop there. So the first issue that you have identified was that diversity was not there, right? And that was not being seen as a challenge by the management, and that is the issue. That is an issue. That's why we are saying that it is not a function, it is not only for HR. That is very good example you have shared, that this is not for HR, this is for an organization, and we are as a administrator or a supporter or someone to enforce the change, like we have KPIs to administrative for the changes, but the concept should be applied from the management side, right? There should be all nationalities to be given equal chances, all genders need to be given equal chances. So to start with, the problem is that the management not even realizing that having some specific nationality or age group is a problem. So you are right that they should be addressing it to understand that this is a problem. And the answer how it should be addressed, that they should be giving other diversified nationalities a chance to get in, and not only in, they let them in and let them survive, because sometimes they said, okay, yes sir, we let other nationality hired, but they are not good, they are not being here for a week or month. You get me? So they also give this answer. So it's not about letting them hire, it's you let them feel inclusive also, give them a chance to breathe. So if you just let them get hired just for the sake of showing that you are getting them a diversified workforce, and you make the environment so toxic that they cannot even breathe, so definitely you are killing the concept of equity and inclusiveness. That is why the whole DEI works together. The D, if D works separately, E works separately, and I works separately, so this concept would never be called DEI. So this goes all toe to toe. Okay, it works together. It works in combination. So if you are supporting diversity, you should be open for equity, and you should have an environment for inclusiveness. So if you're just open for equity and you are creating barriers for E and I,
Yeah.
so for sure diversity will not work.
Due
Get
to
me?
the lack of DEI, the office politics becomes more,
Yes.
yeah, it plays the major role, the office politics.
Toxic. Yes. So this is the new word that you have, a concept you have understand, that what is the issue of why organization is having high turnover, high unsatisfaction, because they are not combining this concept and understanding and implementing this concept of DEI. So DEI is a concept, a rationale which needs to be understood to the core and applied to the core. Then only it will solve a lot of issues. Otherwise, it will always be why we don't know why they're leaving. We don't know why they're leaving. We don't know. No, this is why they are leaving. So, in conclusion, diversity, equity, equality, and inclusion are fundamental values. Okay, um, that contributes to the success of well-being of individuals, organization, and society as a whole. By embracing diversity, we are promoting equality and fostering inclusion. We can create environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to reach their full potential. And what is the call to action? Embracing diversity in every aspect of life, not only professional life, personal life also. As we move forward, let us commit to embracing diversity in every aspect of our life, advocating for equity and justice, and working together to build inclusive communities where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. So it's like it's not only applied to work. If you are open to diversity, equity, and inclusion in your life, you are open for giving value to other people by understanding their mindset. For suppose we are living in a society where our fathers and the forefathers are stuck, so they think that if I talk because I'm young, I will always talk rubbish. Okay, this is a mindset which needs to be changed. It does not mean that they have lived a life that whatever they think is right, but it's not mean that if I am living in this life, I am only saying right. No, we need to give respect to each other values. It's not about the professional thought process, it is the thought process of how we think of our personal life, and we should give value to the diversification we have in our life, demographics, gender equality. So it's not like if males are saying they will always right, or female are always right. No, we all can be right. Sometimes when a small child says something, how many movies or documentary, or even recently I was seeing something, a small child says something to a father, and when he just listened to it carefully, he realized no, then its mind starts thinking and he got the answer. for the things which was stuck in his mind for I don't know how many days. So that is why accepting and going with DEI is very, very, very important. So that's all from today's lecture. So
Thank you so
anything, any
much. This
feedback you
is
want to
very
share, please?
important, and you have made it very simple to understand.
Thank you so much.